Hi, maybe people will find me now. This is the real live chat with Jamie. So that was so weird. Jamie's right here. So add to stream.
We'll
Yay.
try again. Oh, look at that. It says we're live. Yay.
Says we're live. Okay. So
And I
uh,
can see the chat now.
cool.
And there's Deanne. Yay. And
Deanne.
Kristen and Jonathan. Okay, I'm happy now.
Okay.
Our
Hi.
friends have found us.
Oh my gosh. So
Hey, V. Kestrel.
hi V. Oh my gosh, that was stressful. Hi, Patrice. Yeah, I'm like going, oh my gosh, this is almost as bad as having a troll on my head. So,
Almost. Not quite. Not quite. Oh, there's
yeah,
Jackie.
Jackie's here. Kristen's here. Sandra's here. Jonathan's
Sandra.
here.
Oh, hi, Sandra. Oh, there's Simon. And
There's
Jill's
Simon.
back.
Thank you, Simon. So
Hey,
here,
sip, sip.
oh, sip, sip.
Gotta keep the tradition. Deanne's killing me.
Mm-hmm. All right, you tell us when.
All right.
So here's the thing. I'm new to this, and I have learned that not to make something private. And I couldn't unmake it private. So it was like, I'm all about people having private things, but it was anyhow. So so anyhow, hi Jonathan. So, and I'm actually trying to see us on the channel so that I can see chat.
Yeah, it's there. It's there. We're
There
good.
we are. Yeah, I named it the real chat with
The
Jamie.
real chat. Yeah, Jill says Jesus almost calls for a cocktail.
Uh,
If it weren't 11:44, Jill, it would.
yeah, yeah. So, okay, so, oh yeah, it was such an exclusive live stream. That's great. Oh, Jezebel's here. Hey. Okay, so she's listening while removing cat poopies.
Ooh,
Ooh,
fun.
yeah. Platinum membership to the private live.
Right.
Awesome, awesome.
That's the way we roll. Platinum, baby.
Okay, well, I am so excited to have Jamie here because Jamie and I first met on the Artistry of Tarot
Yep, with Mindy.
with Mindy. She was doing a live. It was an impromptu thing, wasn't it? It
Mm-hmm.
was just
Yep.
like
It was
it was
before
just,
we had channels, really. I mean,
yeah, it
really.
was.
Yeah.
It was.
Mm-hmm.
And Jamie was on there and I was on there and I'm like going, okay, I'm gonna come out of the tarot closet.
Hmm.
And I don't know about you, but people can leave comments, but have you ever met somebody and you ever gone just, oh yeah, I know this person. Yep,
Mm-hmm.
yep. And be it familiarity, past life stuff, whatever. But
Mm-hmm.
Jamie was that person with me. So
It's true.
and it was like, holy mackerel, I know this person.
Mm-hmm.
I feel a really, really deep connection. So
Yeah, in that live, we were talking to each other as if we would had a million conversations before,
yeah.
and we'd never really set eyes on each other, physically in this time frame, right?
Right, right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I just knew you as Jamie K, which
Mm-hmm.
is spelled Jamie is spelled Jaime, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Because it's always important for me to get people's names spelled correctly and
Mm-hmm.
something because I'm using my iPad. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
um
I try not to be a jerk about my name, um, because I understand, like my brother, he's dyslexic, and so even my brother sometimes he doesn't do it intentionally. You know what I mean?
mm,
But yeah, it's just one of those things from school where you know, everybody was spelling it a different way than the Welsh way in which my mother named me. And so, yeah, I was pulling my pigtails out a lot when I was a kid. So as an adult, it's just like, ah.
Well, we've got more people. So, I mean, you know,
Oh, hi,
Patrice
Selkie.
and Simon's here. And look, you have a delivery.
Oh, hi, babe.
Hello,
Thanks.
Mr. Handsome.
He's out. He's like,
Yeah. He's just like going, here it is. So, oh,
yeah,
you know what? We
what?
probably missed that I made cookies. So I made cookies for everybody. Help yourself. Help yourself. They're chocolate chip sugar cookies. Mm-hmm. Made them
Are you
last
done?
night.
Are you done?
Oh, wait, am I done?
Oh, Steven, you left the dog with me.
I'm
Come here,
done.
dude. Come here. Come on, make your debut. Ooh, ooh. There we go.
Aww.
Say hi. Say hi to Uncle Jonathan. There's your Roo.
What's that puppy's name?
That's Rumor. Autumn Shades, a rumor has it. That's her real name.
Oh, okay. Okay. So, anyhow, Jamie and I had this real connection, and like immediate. So it was completely incredible. And Jonathan, can we talk about you?
Oh yeah, we should ask that if that's okay.
Jonathan, the thing that you did for us, if you could leave a comment. So Simon's getting deliveries. Oh yes.
Oh.
Yes, I would be happy to deliver them.
Yeah, he says okay.
Yeah, okay. All right. And so yeah.
Steven says, you sneaky little devil. He didn't know she got trapped in here.
So what Jamie and I, we were chatting on Facebook Messenger, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we did I had this crazy idea that Jamie and I needed to do something together. There was something about there was something there. Mm-hmm. So and so I was like going, hey, I wonder what would it be like to get to know each other in this lifetime? And maybe do some videos or invite other people along or something like that. Mm-hmm. We're still working on that, but I wanted Jamie to come on, and then Jonathan Daly, because we were curious about past life together.
Mm-hmm.
And
I consider Jonathan a very, very talented human being in many regards. And I use this word, and the word depends on who you are and what your background is. But I'm blessed to have him as a friend, and he has been a complete treasure this last year. I cannot imagine life without him, and I don't want to. So.
Yeah. And so, yeah, Jonathan's like, "Aw, shucks." So what we did is we arranged for Jonathan. Jonathan created a tarot spread for looking at our past life together, past lives. Yep. Anything else you want to add to that?
Well, I mean, okay.
Yeah, fill in the blank.
Well, it's tough because I had a conversation with Jonathan, and I'm like, okay, listen, can you work up a spread, or a something, because we know that there's this connection. We know that there is something bigger there, but we want to kind of tap into what you have, what your talent is. And he worked up a spread. And then I had a conversation with you, and then we arranged to come together in a Zoom.
Yes. And it was really wonderful because Jamie and I both were using the same deck. This is my Jamie Kelly deck. It's the Star Seeker Tarot. It's the Jamie and Gerald deck. So
very true.
And so we did. It was a really awesome read.
Mine's right here.
Yeah, It was a really awesome reading, and I think Jonathan's going to be sharing that on somebody else's channel soon. I don't remember, but that's cool. But so we did that, and I'm sort of rambling now because I'm so excited. It just really confirmed what we felt.
Right. So we weren't sure how it would actually work. We knew that we needed somebody to facilitate, right? To kind of um, pull together the reading and to make sure that we weren't trying to read into it, right? Because you can do that.
Yeah.
Trying to read into it what we wanted it to say, right? And we weren't necessarily looking at Jonathan to do a reading. We just wanted him to kind of keep us on the right path, right?
Yes.
And so he asked, do you want me to pull cards? And we're like, fuck yeah. Yeah. Oops, sorry.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, we do, because we were pulling cards in the spread. And then he was then giving us the confirmation. I mean, that's kind of how I look at it. Yes, no, Jonathan, Gerald, yeah.
That's exactly what it was. I mean, because it was so very interesting to see the immediate connection with the cards, because yeah, that's all I can say. It's difficult to put into words, and so
it was really emotional at points, because the cards were, a lot of people say, it's just paper or whatever. I look at tarot as it is what you make it. It is what you want it to be, right? But it was crazy connection in confirmation of the cards playing off of each other, right? And just setting them out. And then Jonathan was like, here you go.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Completely, Jackie. Synchronicity. Absolutely. Yeah. Completely.
Yeah. And it was just one of those things. So Jonathan answered Kristen Louise. It is all about the soul tribe, souls that have returned life after life in different roles with each other to help with each other's soul evolution.
Are you comfortable saying the connection and where we connected in the past? Are you comfortable with that, or?
Oh, sure. Go for it.
Okay. No, go. I want you to tell.
Hang on. I was Nancy, who
I have trouble just keeping track of people I know in this life. Well,
Yeah,
no shit, Kristen, me too.
Nancy, I completely understand that. And so yeah. So okay, so what was the question? Whose live is this anyway? So
yours.
It is my live. I mean, oh wait, here.
Okay, so
what was the connection? We were confidants. We were support. We were that trusted friend who kept it real. We were also there was some royalty involved. Someone in this room, in this live, was not me.
You have Cookie in your mustache now. Other side. There you go. Thank you.
Thank you. See, this is why I like Jaime. She's like me. She is the person who will tell me when I have a piece of spinach in my teeth, and I did this all the time at work. People would walk by and their tag was showing, and I'm like going, oh, I hate that. Put the tag in. Something's going on. So, but I can do it this way. Jaime was royalty, and I would escort her as a knight, in some instances, to help take you safely from one place to another. But then there was that deeper relationship
Mhm.
Um,
There was
sort
a
of,
lot of travel in our
yeah, a lot.
past, a lot of travel to
Yeah.
where we went apart, and there was a lot of I don't want to say discord, but there was a lot of and then things would come back together, and you were, I don't want to say that like I was hierarchy and you were like the low man on the totem pole, because it's not like that. It wasn't that kind of connection. You were just in a different whatever, but you
Different
kept me
group.
alive.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
you
Yes.
kept me alive basically. That was your job, whether it, and it was a different connection on a different level because of that primary job, if that makes
Mhm.
sense. Right? So there was like, we knew it wasn't, well, we were trying to figure it out as to whether or not it was romantic, right? And basically in the cards, it's like, no, it was like this soul abiding, meshed connection of, um, hmm, of, I'm gonna get you through, and it was a mutual, right? I'm gonna get you
Yeah.
through, right?
Hmm.
Yeah, trust on a soul level.
Trust on the
Exactly,
soul level.
Jonathan.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so it was, it took me a long time to really sit. Um, you'll have to answer Robin's question, or Jonathan will.
Yeah.
Um, it took me a while to sit with all of that information from that spread, from talking with Jonathan to what he was hearing to what we were hearing. Um, yeah, I mean, we are both um, talented enough, and I say that without ego, okay? That just being frank, we were both talented enough to be able to, yeah, agreed, Dan, to go through the spread alone, right? But it's like I said in the beginning, Jonathan being a facilitator and bringing
Yeah.
his talent to the table really kept it going on the correct path, as opposed to us seeing what we wanted to see.
Yes.
Okay, I'm done babbling. Sorry.
No, that's beautifully said. And yeah, so Jonathan facilitated a reading for the two of us. He created this reading for us.
Mhm.
And it's like it was really, I think I lost track of how many times I got tingles.
Mhm.
One of the things that it happens to me when I'm doing reading or things of a spiritual nature, I'll get tingles, and
Mhm.
in particular up the left side of my neck and on the
Mhm.
top of my head. There were so many of those.
Yeah, I agree with Jill's comment. Trust on a soul level is greater than love.
Yes.
Yeah, and I don't get tingles like that, but I get that sensation to where it's whatever has come out of my mouth or out of your mouth or Jonathan's, it's like, that's right. That feels right.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
And there is a sense of knowing
Mhm.
about that. And I also think, for me, it's like when I'm reading cards for myself and or for other people,
Mhm.
sometimes there is just a knowing of, oh, yep, that's it. Or
Mhm.
because when you look at cards, sometimes they could go in multiple directions. And it's like,
Absolutely.
yeah, and it's like, and I think I've done this for you,
Mhm.
um, where you and I were chatting about something, and I went, oh, and by the way, don't forget about this, don't forget about this, don't forget about this. And I
Mhm.
have no idea why I have said it,
But you
but
always preface it. You always preface it with, can I tell you this? Are you comfortable with this? Because I have a particular ability that I've had since I was a child, but I learned you don't use your abilities on people because it's intrusive and rude, unless you ask. I mean, you see stuff all the time. It doesn't matter. I mean, it never stops coming, but there's a part of my brain that takes it and puts it in a little box unless I'm asked, right? And
Yeah.
you always ask me, which I appreciate because
Yeah.
I will get pissed in a second if somebody reads me and I haven't asked for it.
Yeah.
Why? I don't know. It's my baggage.
No, it's yours.
Yeah.
And I think it is, and I ask me how I know this because I've read people without them wanting to know the information, and um it's rude. It's almost, this is an extreme measure, so don't hate me or anything like that. It's almost like it's an assault.
Mm-hmm.
I am telling you something that
My
that
Chris is here.
hey Chris.
Mwah.
um oh, Cookie Chris. I'm gonna, yeah, I know. um but it's important to me to have respect for it, because when I first started learning to read,
Mhm.
and I was the kind of readings that we all did is you lay out the cards, and then you pick up, look up, open the book, and you
Mhm.
read what it's there. I
Mhm.
always started my readings back then with, do I have your permission to do this reading?
Mhm. Well,
And
it's a kindness. Yeah, it's
yeah.
a kindness. But you know what's amusing to me about my twisted little dichotomy of things? On one hand, I will tell you, you have the spinach in your teeth, but on the other hand, don't you dare read me unless I give you permission. It's kind of dumb, it's like
Well,
it makes no sense sometimes.
yeah. No, but I think that is, for people like us who are,
Mhm.
um
Reed needs comment. Hi,
yeah.
Neem. Link sends love. I can say it verbally. In case you guys don't know, if you ever see the whole Links gives love, Links is me, and it's to Neem.
And Taro Stash exists because of Neem.
Yeah, yeah.
So, there's the truth. So, okay, so someone doing an unsolicited reading, it's like someone intruding upon your energy that you have unguarded, because you don't feel the need to protect yourself. Yeah, I
Hmm.
mean, so
Yeah, I mean, I think it comes, okay, so when I was a kid, we're going to totally get off track here, and I'm sorry, but um, when I was a
everybody
kid,
everybody doesn't mind in the chat. They're enjoying listening to you.
when I was a kid, my mom and I my mom knew a gal. I can say her name because she's deceased, but her name was Birdie. Birdie was a witch. She actually was quite talented in certain areas, but she was also a charlatan in other areas. Jamie does not, and I'm going to say third person, Jamie does not like um, people that play the psychic game. Okay. In other words, don't put on a show for me.
Yeah.
Don't, you either have the talent or you do not. And if you don't, that's okay. Still join in the conversation, right?
Hmm.
Um, but she had this thing where she would quote, go into the light, and this different voice would come out of her. And here's this talented little 16-year-old watching this lady. And I look at my mom, I'm like, she's full of shit. I don't know why you go to her. She is full of crap. Um, and I have no idea where I was going with this, but anyway, um, when where were we?
I think you were talking about the importance of respecting your.
Oh, yeah. So sorry.
No.
Um, something triggered at the back of my brain, and it was louder than my voice, so I apologize. Um, thank you, Simon. Um, but I had so I had basically an unsolicited read by this woman, and it was very intrusive. And then recently with someone, there was unsolicited reading, and every single guide or entity or whatever it is that I channel with came forward and did the push and stop. She never came in my direction. She went to all the people around me, but I was fervently giving the do not even dare unless you ask.
Yeah.
So it's just a big thing with me.
Yeah. And Silky says I can spot a bullshitter a mile off.
Oh
Uh,
yeah. Oh yeah.
For the record, anyone in here can read me anytime, although, but I absolutely understand the boundary discussion here.
Yeah. I
And I
mean,
agree.
Deanne, I mean, truthfully, Deanne, I mean, I look at it. So yeah, I haven't met any, in real time, in real life, right? Yeah, we've spent a lot of time together in the last year. So I would say the vast majority of hi Debbie, the vast majority of the people in the chat I consider my people, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so what I still look at EDN and say, oh, your colors are off, you need to go get something checked out, or you got what's going on, we need to have a discussion. I just wouldn't do that unless it was solicited, unless she said to me, hey, I need some help. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
I just wouldn't do it.
yeah. Neem is like, and now my aunt, God rest her soul, she'd read you without cards when you walk through her door. You
Yeah, I
enter
don't do
her
cards.
house,
Yeah.
and that was granting permission. I
Yeah,
mean,
I understand that. There's a respect level there too. There's that relationship of relative and ancestor, and yeah, if you walked into my mom's house and she was in her druid witchy mode, look out, chicken, you don't
yeah,
stand a chance. But it's different.
yeah, and I know this because I have overstepped some people's boundaries, and
So
it.
Michael Bryant, do we have a mod in the room, by the way? We do.
Oh
Sandra.
yeah, awesome.
Somebody has chicken in their underwear.
We
Well,
already got
I'm
that.
happy for you.
Sandra, and Jackie both deleted it.
Okay.
So
Thank you.
awesome. Wow.
Enjoy your chicken in your underwear, bud.
Everybody has their kinks, and we're not here to just we're not here
Hey,
to
if it
discuss,
floats your boat.
or if it floats your chicken or whatever. But it, I have crossed boundaries, but that's how we learn. We learn
I've never
from.
heard it called that before. Oh, I guess it's choke your chicken, so I suppose so. Sorry.
Look over there. Oh, look here, cookie.
Oh,
Cookie.
you jerk. Have a little kink with your cake or chicken or whatever. That's right,
Oh my
Kristen.
goodness. No.
Sorry, that made me laugh.
Yeah.
Oh,
No kink shaming here. And
absolutely not, sir.
there is no shaming about tarot collecting or anything like that. But I have overstepped boundaries with people, and it's really it's an important lesson um, of when you cross it and somebody tells you. But
Sure.
it also gives me um, it also gives me the opportunity to learn and to perhaps save that relationship or to build that relationship in a more direct way. I've learned in the last 10 or so years that like as a supervisor, I used to be a supervisor.
Sorry,
um
I'm laughing at Jezebel and Deanne. I'm listening.
okay. um Anyhow, but I've learned that I've learned as a supervisor, when I've hired a lot of people and I'm training them,
Hmm.
I want them to tell me what it is, how they're feeling, and what they need sooner rather than later. In
Sure.
the last 7 years of my career, I did a whole lot of moving, where I
Hmm.
went into locations temporarily for 3 months, and these people had to learn me, and I
Hmm.
had to learn them. And one of the things that was on my list of topics to cover was, if I'm doing something that isn't helping you do your job as best as you can, I need you to tell me, because I and because my job is to help you do your job better, and I want that kind of relationship with you.
Hmm.
You're
Hmm.
going to you're going to call a spade, and I appreciate that.
Hmm.
And boy, let me tell you, the first time I had somebody, first time somebody did that, and I really took it seriously, I honored it, I appreciated it, and we talked about it. That spread like wildfire amongst the staff. That it's like going, Gerald really meant that. He was
Mhm.
serious when he said that, and that just made my job as a supervisor easier.
Right.
So
So Jonathan said, I had a woman that I just met that took one look at me and said, "You don't need cards," and handed me her keys to do her reading. I totally read her. Why are you asking for an answer you already know?
yeah, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah.
So okay, sometimes I pick up someone might not be right, not they normally self. So I would ask, "Are you okay?" So it might want to talk. Yeah, and that's, it's a beautiful opener. It's that
Mm-hmm.
conversation. It's that connection that
Right.
really helps us have the human experience.
Mhm. Yeah.
So,
So to go back to the whole past life thing. So um I mean, I don't know. I don't know where we know each other. So we're getting to know each other in this lifetime, right?
mhm.
But we have many layers of which that are already there.
Yes.
There's for me, and this is me, there is a lot of not to be disrespectful, but there are a lot of things that I don't have to, I feel, worry about with you because they're things that have already been um, they've already been done in a sense. Does that make sense?
Yes. Hmm.
I'm trying to explain it for their benefit because
Yeah.
yeah.
There is already the established respect that's there. And that bank account, I always like to think of it, that emotional bank account, or that,
Hmm.
that bluntness bank account.
Right.
And if you have people in your life who will do that for you, cherish them, support them, and appreciate when they tell you like it is.
Right.
Because I need somebody to call me on my bullshit. And you know that one will do it. And will do it in a way that I go, oh crap, did I do that? Yep, you're right. And it's all about, it's about owning our stuff.
Right.
And okay, and I will say, it's not just about owning when we don't do things as well as we could, but it's also about owning things that we do well, that we've just sort of sloughed off.
Hmm.
I've gotten from you acknowledgement that I have skills as a reader.
Hmm.
And sometimes,
Factual.
thank you. and
Hmm.
and so learning to take the compliment can be hard, but when it's given in that genuine fashion, I think, so
Hmm. Hmm.
so I think, okay, I'll put in a plug for Jonathan. I think you're a mod.
Hmm.
How do people get a hold of you? um is Jonathan a mod?
Yes, he is.
Okay,
Hmm.
feel free to put a link. But really helpful if you want to do past life stuff. And again, people, you've watched my video where I did the unboxing of my ancestor necklace. And
Hmm.
ooh, by the way, I finished up with that. Did I tell you that, Jamie?
Mm-mm. But I
I
do have a surprise for you. But go ahead.
Okay. um but oh gosh, she's got a surprise for me now. But I actually, I mean, he started the creation of it on a new moon. I I completed it. I did my part of it on a full moon.
Hmm.
And then I actually did some ancestor or guide sort of reading. Um, and boy, was it really powerful. It was sort of like, um, do y'all remember radios? Do you remember the radios where you actually had to turn the knob to be able to get the station in instead of just digital? It was
Hmm.
like it clicked the knob a couple of times, and all of a sudden it was like, oh, I can hear. So, all right, we've
Hmm.
got some comments. So,
So I
uh,
will tell you. So Sandra, you said that Jonathan's necklaces, yes, they are amazing. So I will tell you this. I won't tell you much about it because because I'm weird like that. It's my whole whatever. But I too have something coming from Jonathan. She actually has a name, which I won't share her name, but he will have to tell you when it's actually coming to me because I don't know. But when she does come, if you're willing, we can do another
Ooh.
together.
Yeah.
Because I don't have a handle on the whole live thing. Maybe we can get Jonathan for the three of us. I don't know, but
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm down with that. So Jonathan he did it on the full
Cool.
moon and I did it on the new moon, which makes sense to me. And I did the journey that I was supposed to do with it, and apparently I went really deep. So, but
Only way to be.
yep, yep.
I
So
always got accused of being the kid in school who couldn't have a normal conversation because I didn't do light and fluffy. Yeah, I did the moody, broody, deep stuff. And I'm still kind of like that, even though I have one hell of a sense of humor.
I think Gerald, without even knowing it or meaning to, sensed a certain friend that passed during a spirit guide reading he did for me the other day. Oh, okay. Thank you for letting me know. That's awesome. Wow. So,
So now what?
yeah. Okay. So, but this is our deck. It's sort of awesome. So,
Yeah.
and but I highly recommend Jonathan.
Mm-hmm.
So he is not endorsing me to say that or anything like that. So,
Mm-hmm.
but so Jamie, you were edging a deck. Which deck were you edging?
Oh, the Llewellyn. Kelly Fitzgerald and I were talking um, um, about stuff. Anyway, she had to go live the other day so that we could test her camera because it took a dump during class on Saturday. So she had to do a new camera and she wanted to test it out, and she didn't want to do a walkthrough. So she chose the first deck she ever had. So she had the little modified one because she actually cut this down to the borders. And that was her original deck that she had forever. And then she got one um, uh, with the borders. And so she did a walkthrough of that. And I've never edged mine. It's been sitting in the box forever. And so I got it out. She and I use the same gold pen, the Tombow P026 for gold.
Mm-hmm.
And what does Selkie say? I bet most of us were the kids who were odd in the playground. I love that I'm different. Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you, Selkie, I embrace the fact that I am different. And I'm okay with that. Yeah, there was a time period in my life. There was a little bit of a time where it was not the greatest thing because of where we lived in the world to be different. But as a 53-year-old, almost 54, I'll take it. And I mean this with the utmost respect, especially for people that don't cuss. I don't give a fuck about what anybody, how they see me, how they view me. They don't like me. I'm okay with that. It is what it is. I have my people. I have my people that I connect with. And that sounds arrogant and it sounds terrible. I honestly, there's not ego in that. It's just honestly how I feel. I cannot
Yeah.
spend time in that space because I spent too much time as a younger person in that space that I'm not willing to risk nor waste the time that I have. Does that
Yeah.
make sense?
It does, and that is a learned skill. That's something that's a learned skill. And when
Yeah,
you
it's
get
from
it,
my heart. I mean, it is
yeah.
honestly from
Oh
my
yeah.
heart.
No.
It's just the truth.
Yeah. I can feel that. And I think that's yeah. Yeah. So, what do you
I
think?
love you, Neem. Or we won't interact.
You
Period.
don't have to like, but you will respect me, or yeah, yeah, we won't interact. Yeah. So,
Yeah, I mean, it sounds, like a bunch of arrogant, pooey. But you can accuse me in person of being a little cocky, because sometimes I'm cocky, but it's for humor, not for legit, not because I think I know it all, because I do not. What I know in this life, in this lifetime, I'm looking for a rock small enough. Here we go. Here we go. Fits in here. Okay. That's legit in my heart. I know what I know fits in here, you know?
Yeah. And I think, I'm going to actually, do something that's really obvious. What you're just describing is that idea of working towards well-being,
For sure.
having your boundaries, honoring your boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
And because I am a firm believer that when I honor my boundaries and I stand by them, it is an example for other people and it helps them interact with me in a more successful manner.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I mean, and I won't say so. Rev, Jill, and you and I. Pretty sure Kristen and I, maybe Deanne, possibly Simon, in a little bit of a way, have talked about not not wasting time, right? And it's just it's important to me to spend my time where I need to,
Yes.
you know?
Yes. And it's a learned skill.
Mm-hmm.
It's a learned skill. And I know this past year there have been.
Oh, I know what I was going to say.
Go
What
ahead.
we've talked about is, if you have, uh, uh, my personal belief, everybody has a little bit of mental health issues, right? Everybody, just because we all deal with baggage, right?
Mhm.
If you need help, it's okay to seek help. It's okay to say that you've sought help. If you need medication, by God, take it.
Yeah.
If it gets you where you need to go, take it. I did 2 years of therapy. In my early 40s, I did 2 years of therapy. Best 2 years I ever spent. It gave me where I am today. Okay.
Mhm.
That 2 years, I learned as a kid, living in foreign countries, living in a third world country for an extended period of time. My mom brought POWs back from Vietnam, and we lived in the Philippines. We lived in a very hostile environment at times. And as a 5, 6, 7 year old, I learned to compartmentalize in such a way that I still utilize those skills, but in a different manner, right? In a
Yeah.
healthy manner, instead of stuffing. I was a little bundle of rage. I had to use karate to keep from being rageful as a child, right?
Sure. Yeah.
And it's not the way to approach martial arts by any means, right?
Right.
Um, but learning compartmentalizing skills kept me smart and kept me alive during a time which was very tumultuous, right?
Yes.
So I am very happy for my 2 years of therapy.
Oh yeah. I've been in therapy a couple of times. There's an interesting story about I went into therapy before I came out to my parents. That's a different story. Um, and but I also did some postgraduate study in Gestalt psychology, and part of that
Yeah.
study, that intensive study, was to be with a therapist and to really work on the core things.
Mhm.
And it was really transformational because um I didn't know that the things that I wasn't paying attention to really had that deep of an impact
Mhm.
on me. And then it's a good therapist creates space, a sacred
Yes.
space that you can get in, you can dig in your dirt. And so
Yeah. So I want to go back to a comment really quick from Elaine. She
yes.
says, her outlook is, it's none of my business what others think about me. That outlook lifts loads off your shoulders and reduces stress. And I agree. I can't be bothered to worry about what somebody else thinks of me unless there's a reason for me to know. Meh, you
Yeah.
know?
Yes. Yes. Yeah. So I'm
Yes.
looking. I mean, I really hope you can continue to grow away from letting others feed any negativity into making you feel like less than.
Yeah. If somebody makes you feel less than, I want you to really question. And I'm not a mental health care provider. I have assisted many heavy folks on their weight removal journey. I don't call it a weight loss removal because if you lost it, you're bound to find it. So you remove it, right? So I've been in a beautiful position with our local hospital to work with people. And I use certain words. And if they are trigger words, I apologize. But working on the fat mind, right? And processing what your relationship is with food. I worked with a wonderful doctor up at the hospital, and I ran his support group. Okay, for people who were in all different types of weight removal journeys, from surgery to medication to diet to psychological assistance, plus all the other things, right? So anyway, I am not a healthcare professional nor a mental health provider, but I have a lot of experience. How's that?
That makes good sense. And Sandra says I need to be more like you, Jamie, and I get that, but I'm going to say be more like you. Be more
I
like.
want you to exactly like you, Sandra, because you are a beautiful, beautiful, wonderful, sweet light. And I adore you just the way you are. Yes, I know what you're talking about. You're talking about confidence and things like that. I'm not like this every day. Every day is not, but no, I want you like you because you are phenomenal. And I can't say that enough to you, to
Yes.
your
Yeah.
face.
Yep. So, I mean, lots of amazing, amazing comments. So, I
Hmm.
mean, and yeah, feel your feels.
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
and that's the thing is your feels are your feels. There's no judgment to them. They
Hmm.
just are. And
Yeah.
and that was there you go, Jamie. So,
Hmm. Yeah, I won't. So I will backtrack just a little bit. I don't want to ever come off as sounding like what you feel about you has been invalidated because I say I feel this about you or I see this about you. I in no way am trying to invalidate how someone feels, because I think it's very important that I recognize and I honor the place that someone sits in, right? Without
yeah,
pushing my own shit and my own agenda on somebody. I may want something for someone and I can share that with them, but I have to make sure that they understand that I'm not trying to invalidate who they are, how they see their journey at the moment. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would never want to do that. That would be bad.
Yeah. I mean, and Regina Taro's here, Woven
Hi,
Pixel
Regina.
showed up. Um, and you know, it's like,
Mhm.
and I think,
I'm glad, Sandra. I'm glad you understand because
yeah,
yeah, I can be very in your face. Hi, Kim. Very in your face, and but I would never want to stomp on somebody, crush somebody, or make them feel like what they think in this moment is less than, because that's crap.
yeah. Well, and I think one of the things that I'm most interested in is being around people who are authentic,
Hmm.
and you can be authentically happy, you can be authentically sad. I'm going to respect all of those, and I'm going to let you have that experience, or I try to.
Right.
I don't always do that. So
Well, but I've done this with you. It's like this is what I feel right now. I don't want you to tell me it's kind of like Kristen Louise said something. So I'm gonna take this a little bit about over complimenting someone. It can be uncomfortable and it can feel invalidating of your feelings. This is true. However, there's some times in my own personal experience that someone is in a place and it may seem like you're being complimented, but it's more of a, I'm trying to lift you, and I'm not talking about myself specifically, but I'm trying to lift you up out of the negative space that you're in so that you hear a different story.
Yes.
Right. So in that sense, it's not over complimenting, but I do understand what she's talking about.
I completely do too. I completely do too. Um, so Jamie and I have been in the real life chat with Jamie, Jaime. Um, you know, we've been here for about 50 minutes, and um, Jamie and I mean, we've got a lot of opinions, and
Mm.
we have a lot of things that we
We're not
think.
short on those.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But we also have, I think it's fun to be able to have a discussion with you, and you know, one of our goals is to get to know each other in this lifetime.
Right.
So, I mean, I've got a notebook full of questions to ask Jamie, and sometime, um,
Mm.
and you know, you know, people in the chat, would it be interesting for you to hear us do this live, and then you can participate? You know, I ask a question and then people can answer, and then maybe do VRs, but you know, we can talk about that later, but it's sort of interesting. Um, but I do have
Simon says yes.
okay.
Thank you,
Yes.
Simon.
Thank you, Simon. And then he's like, yes.
Mm.
So, and you know, I mean, if I'm because uh, part of side, I think that's a go. I think that's a, I mean, that would be excellent, because part of, okay, so I had this vision of us getting to know each other, and I all of a sudden I was like, oh wow, I wonder if it would be a good opportunity, because you and I started our channels at the same time,
Hmm.
and it was like, maybe we could get to know each other and then invite others along with us.
Hmm. I think it'd be
um
fun.
yeah, I think it could be a lot of fun. So I'm going to say this to the interwebs and to the YouTubes. So I have written down like 52 questions that I'm going to put on little cards like this, and I'm going to send to you, Jamie.
Right.
And I think, and then what we could do is maybe we pick one out
Hmm.
unbeknownst to us, and then we talk about it, and then others can. So,
Yep. Sounds fantastic to me.
so
Mhm.
Jonathan's loving every minute of it. So,
I
but
love you, Jonathan.
yes,
In case you didn't know that.
yeah. So I do have, well,
Yeah, V. Kestrel, we are both very analog. We both have paper, pen, notebooks, note cards out the wazoo. That is the one thing that I swear to you has passed through the lifetimes, because I see, in to kind of circle back, there were saddlebags, and not Western saddlebags, but saddlebags from an age where this gentleman was a performing knight of some sort, right? My consort in a sense, but not a sexual sense. And I had saddlebags, and I had bags full of parchment and writing, so yes, we were both still carrying that through the ages. Um, and I
yeah,
hope that never stops, as as the time goes on.
yeah.
Yeah, Deanne, for sure. Anyway, you were saying, sorry. Goodbye, Patrice.
Bye, Patrice. Um, so be that, you know, I mean, so, you know, I thought it would be fun just to
Mhm.
do something like that.
Mhm.
I also have other questions that are just random.
Do you
Um,
want to do a couple before we quit?
yes, I think.
Oh,
Hi,
hi,
Dr.
Diane.
So,
Hmm.
um, it would be great to meet someone that I sense that connection and do that
That
reading.
reading. Hmm.
Yeah. So
Hmm.
yeah. Okay. So um,
So
what is
if you ask me, you have to answer then after after you ask.
correct?
All right.
And there is the ability to pass.
Okay.
So,
And
yeah.
did you make your necklace, by the way, or did you purchase that?
I did not. I purchased it. It is I believe it is turquoise, green turquoise,
Not
maybe.
malachite, huh? Not malachite?
I don't think it's malachite.
Okay.
I don't think it's malachite. So,
Anyway, go.
okay.
Sorry,
So,
Gina. I wanted to answer the
no.
question.
What is your favorite snack to snack on during a movie at the theater and then a movie at home?
Okay. So this is a tough one. Pre-braces at the movie theater pre-COVID, it would be. So let me preface this with I am a runner. I'm a marathon runner. I'm an ultra runner. I burn calories. So big bag of popcorn, butter, and milk duds inside, so that it all melts and is that salty sweet. That's pre-COVID, pre-braces. Now, um, okay, anything that I can actually get in my mouth and chew on my molars and not use this front area of my mouth, because it is hell. There is a reason children get braces and not adults, okay?
Oh gosh, okay. Yeah.
So I don't know. So okay, wait. Here. This is one of my favorite snacks because I can break it apart and put it back here against my braces, and I still, or back molars, and I still get a yummy taste. So that's my snack. What's yours?
Okay. At the movie theaters, I do love some buttery popcorn.
Hmm.
Um, but I really do that at home because then I know it's real butter, and then I like to put
Yeah.
Parmesan cheese on it.
Hmm.
So that's lovely. But I
Hmm.
am a milk dead person. I
Hmm.
am a malted milk ball person, and
Yep.
I am a Swedish fish person. You know,
Oh,
I love me a Swedish fish.
so
So
let me tell you. So being a German, born and raised in Germany, my biggest pet peeve is to call a gummy a gummy. Now, I won't be offended if you say gummy. However,
that was hard for you to say.
gummy, yeah,
Me.
gummies. So we used to have, so the bread truck, the Brochen truck, would come outside of the high school. So it would come at lunchtime, and it would come in the afternoon when we got out of school, and all of us would line up at the Brochen truck, and we would get our gummies to take home. But yes, red vines and Swedish fish for sure. Peanut butter, peanut M&Ms, yum, in the popcorn.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm,
Sweet and salt popcorn, yes. No cheese.
mm-hmm,
Wine gums. I wonder what those are.
mm-hmm.
What's a wine gun? And I know it's a
Wine gum.
I get it. I know it's a misspelling.
Mm-hmm.
Salted popcorn.
And Maltesers, you bet. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Wow.
I'm
So
gonna have the munchies when we're done.
oh, and I haven't made popcorn because I have one of those whirly pops.
Mm-hmm.
And I love those, and I love using my whirly pop. So all right, I am slightly older than you, but I know that you will get
But
this.
are you really? We discussed this, but are you really?
Okay, that'll be for a different time. Ask us later. Um,
Sorry, you are older than me in both sense, from past to now. But anyway, go ahead.
Gummy Bears was another favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Wine gums, is that must be I don't know if we have fruit gums.
I think we have a version of that, Jackie.
So it's British. So
Very nice.
okay. What was your favorite 45 LP cassette or CD in your college years?
Oh, damn. It's so funny because I had the one that I would blast out my window in the 70s when I was a little kid, which was a horrible song for a 10-year-old to listen to, but I still love it to this day. Undercover Angel. I just love that song, but it is dirty if you are an adult and you listen to it, how a 10-year-old, but I just love the music. So college. Anything Bon Jovi would have been college.
Okay.
Yeah, anything Bon Jovi would have been college.
Okay.
When I was in college, my dorm room was voted. I was voted night owl, and I had the best setup in my dorm room because I had all the music and the lights and the everything. So anyway,
Yeah.
anything Bon Jovi. How about you?
I bought Eurythmics album Savage on cassette because I had a cassette.
Mine were cassettes too.
Yeah. I had a cassette. And it was my junior year in college. I was living by myself for the first time. It was lovely. And I played that cassette so much I wore it out.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. It's got the song, and it's of course where I came out of the closet as a homosexual. Did you know that I was a homosexual? So
Really?
I know. I mean, come on,
Really?
somebody fabulous, you know. But
Sorry.
She snorted, ladies and gentlemen. She snorted.
I just don't care. I love that.
You know, but the song "I Need a Man" was on there.
Mm-hmm.
I love to listen to Beethoven, and then the song "Brand New Day." I think it's the last song on it. I actually have a playlist of music that wakes me up in the morning, and that song is on there. So
Elaine, Queen, absolutely 110% Queen. Anything from the 70s is still my everything. And then of course anything in the 80s would have been my teenage years. But
yeah, look at that.
I would say yes to all of this. All of it. I love music.
Culture Club. Yay. Stone Temple Pilots. So
Simon unsubscribed. Why? What? Uh-oh.
Why? Is it because because I'm a homosexual?
Oh.
Jilly is shocked. You know, I mean, Sandra's like she's just being nice, you know. But oh, look, 9 Inch Nails, Tori Amos in college.
Yeah, Tori.
Yeah. So
lovely creature Tori is.
Yeah. What is your favorite writing utensil?
Blackwing pencil.
Yeah. And that was you did that video, and I didn't know Blackwing had a subscription box.
It's delicious.
Yeah.
Delicious. Yeah, so I have two sitting here. I have my purple one, and it's got the cap on it to keep the tip. And then my fractured one, the Japanese pottery fractured one. That's a special edition one.
Wow.
Yes, that's my favorite. And then if you were to get down to brass tacks for ink, I'm not a fountain pen person, which is shocking. You think I would be, but I actually like a really good ballpoint pen. And the best one that I have found is, believe it or not, government issue Skillcraft Blue.
Really?
Yeah, it's smooth. It doesn't blob. I used to steal my dad's pens all the time. And so now I buy them in bulk.
Wow.
All right, go you.
I love a good fountain pen. I mean,
Hmm.
I have a couple of fountain pens. The one that is sitting right now on my desk is a Pilot. This is the
Oh, I
one
have
where
that pen,
yeah,
but in ink. Yeah.
yep. But I for a while I actually Joey, it's shocking that I'm a homosexuals.
You're
Um,
a homosexuals.
yes, I'm a homosexuals. But I love a fountain pen. I love a regular pencil and just the funny, just the
Hmm.
regular cheap dollar kind. But I also have this is a Sherpa.
Mm-hmm.
Sherpa, of course, you know what a Sherpa is.
Hmm.
And inside of it, I use a Uniball Vision Elite,
Yep.
and it's just of course you have some. Oh my god! Oh, you have the Vision Elite. So you put that in there, and basically it just does this, and then it's larger, and I love it, and I love this one. And for a while, they would be having new ones come out,
Hmm.
and I would buy all of the new ones. So
Right.
they were just awesome.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, I love the government issue pins. Truth, truth.
yeah,
And I will digress, um, really, really super quick. So, where you said, that you're a homosexual, and I said, I don't care.
yes,
And I'm not going to get off on that bent because we're going to continue with the questions for just a little bit longer, and then we're going to go. But I don't care as long as you have the same rights that I do.
mm-hmm.
So I do care. However, we're going on. Go.
I hear you. I hear
Because
you.
I said I don't care, and that's not true. I do care.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, Justin, do you want a cookie? So, all right. If you could interview anyone from TarotTube or the tarot world, who would it be?
Um, boy,
Justin.
I'm praying. You praying. He's praying. Um, so probably my friend Kelly, I would interview because I would interview her in a totally different way, I think, than other people. Um, it's funny because a lot of them would be my friends just to have people get a different view of them than the normal questions, I think one of the most clever things that Simon does is that, paper or plastic kind of thing, and does the toilet paper go this way or that way, or, because it's fun. And then the other questions that are in there, I think that they're interesting and they're telling about somebody's personality and their humor, right?
Right.
So I think I would start with Kelly, and um, I'm not really sure where I would go from there because it would probably be a bunch of people that you already know, just different kinds of questions.
Yeah. Yeah. I was thinking about this because I knew I would have to answer it.
Ah,
I would actually like to interview Robin Wood, the creator of the Robin Wood Tarot deck.
okay.
She probably wouldn't remember me, but um, Jilly's starting it. That's
Hmm.
Simon's thing. I am not answering that.
I'm
Uh,
not going to either because it would just be like doing this to Simon. In other words, not down, but take
yeah.
this, Simon. I'm not. But way to go, Jill.
Um, I I would actually, and it was funny. Okay, so Robin Wood, but part of me, and maybe I'll do this. I think it'd be fun to interview Simon. He does
Oh, I
so
think
much.
he would be in the list of the people that for
Yeah,
sure. I think
yeah.
it would be nice to put the shoe on the other foot because you don't see it very often. Um, Simon blocked, blocked. Um, but yeah, no, yeah, I think that would be fantastic. So here's an idea. Here is an idea. What if it were the three of us? You, me, and Simon in the middle.
Ooh,
Look out, Simon.
Ooh. Now
Um,
putting Simon on the spot, and it, you know,
I know.
maybe
No, I'm
I.
not. No, 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 no. Nah, I'm not putting him on the spot. He doesn't have to say anything. Simon is so cancelly today. Yeah, he's canceling us for sure. But Patrice, I will ask. I don't know that she will say yes. I will ask, for sure. Simon feeling like the middle child.
Yeah.
Well, I think no, it would go you, me, him if we were going in age because he's younger than I am by 4 years,
So,
I think.
did you
3
just
years.
read me? I am the oldest one.
Uh huh.
Okay. Wow. She just snorted. That's two people. She has snorted twice.
And you notice that Simon has disappeared from the chat. Wise man.
Yeah.
Wise man.
But you know, I just think it's you know, and like Amy from Strength Reverse is doing you know, introducing, like she just did Kristen Louise Tarot. She's having people who their YouTube channels don't have a lot of followers. She interviewed me. It's
I
a
like
great thing.
Amy. I like Amy. I like Amy's energy. Oh, he says, "Oh, I'm here. I'm
Yeah,
ignoring your ass, but I'm here."
yeah.
I like
Well,
Amy. I like Amy's energy. I like how she talks. Um,
yeah,
yeah, for sure. Yeah, I could get behind that.
yeah. So, but anyhow, so I didn't mean to cause controversy, but you know,
Sorry.
somebody may be getting a call or a text message or an email or something like that. Um,
Be prepared to get ignored.
yeah, be prepared. Yeah, I'm ready. What obsolete technology do you miss?
Mm. Well, most of the obsolete stuff I've actually curated so that I exactly, Sandra. Um, I've curated so that I have. As a writer, it will sound ridiculous, especially with my hands and how messed up my hands and my wrists can get. But a good quality manual typewriter and
Oh, yeah.
a Walkman the size of the cassette, not the big one that had the plastic. Oh yeah, see, but an actual where you can stick it in your pocket. And you know, I always remembered Gerald as a kid thinking, God, this thing is so bulky, but it's no more bulky than this thing, right? And
Yeah,
we find a way to stick this in our pocket, right?
right, right. I love the idea of a manual typewriter because
Mhm.
back in the day, I um I had to pass a typing test at 40 words per minute.
Mhm.
And I wasn't a good typist. I took 1/4 of typing when I was in high school, and it dropped my GPA because I got a
Mhm.
C, and I was, you know, no, I'm not about that. So manual typewriter, my parents had one, and I did that just to strengthen my fingers. Um,
Martha Washington. You know what, Justin? 2 words for you, buddy, and you know exactly what they are. And I'm not going to say them out loud because somebody would think I was being rude to you, and I'm not because I love you. Legit. But 2 words. You use them and you laugh, okay? Martha Washington, you little shit. And by the way, Simon, and you do a beautiful job at it, and I understand the purpose.
yeah,
But yeah, no, I get it totally.
yeah, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it's like, oh my gosh. But I miss mini discs. I had a mini disc
Yeah,
player, and they
they
were
weren't around very long.
no, they weren't around very long. They were huge in Japan and China, and I have some. And boy, what an
Who's
amazing!
Martha Washington? Sorry. Uh,
So,
George Washington's wife.
oh my gosh,
He's saying, Justin is saying in a not so polite way, yet a little covertly, that I am older than dirt. Huh? Huh? Yeah,
Wow.
I know. Third
Oh,
snort,
there you
Dan.
go.
Sorry.
Third snort. Woo.
And Gerald, I'm sorry. You keep getting cut off because I keep seeing comments. I
No,
apologize.
it's perfect. You're getting them faster than I am, and it's just like going. I remember there was a time when I had one of the old iPods,
Hmm.
and it was a pretty large one, and it was before they went to the not the disc, and it stopped working. And let me tell you, I was absolutely heartbroken because there's
You were
nothing.
sad.
Oh my gosh, I was so sad because yes, I have almost all of my 80s CDs, all of my 80 music in one place, and I could put that playlist and then
Hmm.
press random. And it was like, oh my gosh, and talk about some audiomancy. What does the universe want to tell me? It's just like going, oh wow, that's like awesome. Oh look, Brant's here. Hi, Brant. So, um,
Oh, dirty dog. Dirty, dirty dog.
wow,
Mm,
wow.
I am pained, but it may be true. I'm a fellow snorter.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, you want me to tell you a really short, quick story, really quick?
Yes, and then I have one more question, then we can go.
Okay. In church, Catholic church, right? Kneeling. I'm very tall. I have long legs. I was with my short friend, Nikki, and I put the kneeler up in between, and then we had to kneel again. And when she just automatically went down to kneel and then ended up like swimming like this, completely quiet church. And Jamie goes like that. The church
Uh,
was no longer quiet. And goodbye, Jonathan. Anyway, go ahead. What's the last
yeah.
question? And we'll get you guys out of here.
Okay. So, are you familiar with the idea of drag? He asks, knowing the answer. You know.
Yes.
Okay. Duh. I'm just doing that.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So, and drag, for those of you who do not know, is when you dress up as um, the opposite gender that you present to the world. Is that a
Mhm.
fair assessment? Okay.
Sure. But I mean, technically I could do drag, which I have done drag. I have a drag name and the whole nine, and I wouldn't be presenting as a man. I would still be a woman. But yes, go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. So, oh, look, Marcus needs to be gone away. Somebody
Oh,
got Marcus.
I missed Marcus. How sad. Do you realize that Jesus Christ is the truth? Well, sir, from where you're sitting, I suppose that is the truth, and you can have that truth.
Thank you, Simon. Thank you, Simon. Oh, I like this. It's like it's performance art.
Performance art. Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. It's complete art. Anyway,
So,
go ahead. What's your question?
I love it. This is what Jamie does. Come on, Gerald. People, what would be your drag name or your drag persona?
Jojo Shasta.
Please tell us about JoJo Shasta.
Jojo Shasta is everything that I'm not. Very well, I shouldn't say everything I'm not, but everything I'm not without a conscience, or very flamboyant, very colorful. We'll go with that.
Okay.
Yeah, I've known Jojo Shasta a long time. So super quick, my Uncle Bob, gay man, growing up in the born in the 40s, growing up, in the 50s and etc. He and my mom were both very pretty people. They looked almost identical. And he was a dancer and a musician and an artist. He was a painter, and he had a studio up in Portland, Oregon, and he would do self-portraits of my mom. He would dress in drag and then have a big mirror and paint himself, and he was painting my mom. So this has been a concept, drag, um, it's been a concept in my age up to the point that he was murdered in 78. So it's something that I know super, super well, right?
Yeah.
The whole drag concept. But yeah, he would dress in drag as my mom. I have some great paintings.
Oh wow. Okay. Wow, that's incredible. So, have you ever gone out as JoJo Shasta?
Hmm. Oh yeah, yeah.
Wow. Okay. So I have two. One was back when I was in college, and I went out to a my then longtime companion had a birthday party,
Hmm.
and her name was Felicia O.
Nice. Alicia. Oh.
Felicia O. Say that 10 times fast.
Uh-huh.
And don't talk with your mouth full.
Hmm.
Um, but
God forbid.
yes, I know. But my friend Trixie, her name, her drag name was Ruben-esque because she's short and she's stocky. And isn't that amazing?
That's
Ruben-esque.
fantastic. I love it.
So, ooh, it's a force order. That's a force
Oh,
order.
sorry. I don't even notice it anymore. You guys.
No, we love it. You know, we should do. Oh, here, a snort, sip, sip.
Cheers.
Oh gosh, Chris just popped in after that Felicia O comment. But some people may know Taro Sachet
Hmm.
is also it would be I think an amazing. Um, I bet she would be amazing tarot card reader. You know, so
She will always, in my mind, she will never ever be able to wear any color than different shades of pink. If she's in
yes,
any other color, I will be horrified and dismayed.
yes, yes.
I'm just saying.
She's pink. She's all about
She's
pink.
totally pink. Totally.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
so anyhow, and for those of you who do not know Taro Sachet, um, you know, perhaps they're I think an interview that I'm going to try to do on this channel is an interview with Taro Sachet, Taro Stash, um, and oh,
Oh, it
you know
makes me
what?
wonder though. If you could do the editing and you could do where it was a premiere, so we could all be in the chat, and you've got Taro Stash interviewing Sachet over here,
Oh my gosh, that would be
that would be,
great.
you could do
Yeah.
it. I know you can.
Yeah. Well, and that might be
You're a mod, Simon. You could totally share. You won't get blocked.
you won't get blocked. Actually, you know what? Maybe what I can make that one like a question anybody comes, on my channel and I can ask him that if even though, you know, anyhow.
Good night, Elaine.
Good night, Elaine. Thank you. But yeah, so Kristen Louise Tarot was actually going, she was because I'm going to do an interview with Tarot Stash, and Kristen Louise was like, "Oh, just film them each individually and then put them together." And I'm like, "No, I am a one shot guy. I mean, just go on and do it. I don't want to do editing. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
oh my gosh."
But that could be clever. You know what I mean? Yes, I know, Deanna, you lucky dog.
Deanne knows Simons. What?
Yeah, I believe her. If she says she does, she
If she
does.
does, yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
I mean, I'm wondering how I can track down her address and send her something.
A bribe.
A bribe.
Yeah. If you share cookies with her, you are excommunicated.
Oh, yeah, no, we don't want to do that. So
I think I know part of it, she says.
yeah.
I love it. We've been on here for hour 23. Oh my God. Sorry, guys.
Yeah. So yeah, sorry about that, and thank you for finding. Thank you for finding this. I've learned how to use StreamYard appropriately for making sure that you don't put something as private because then you can't change it.
Right?
Annoying as that is. So
you are, Kristen. You're a good sleuth.
yes, Kristen. So maybe Jaime, you and I could come back and we can do the getting to know you sort of thing. We'd have to come up.
Well, it's not a maybe. We're going to do it. It's just
Yeah, we're
whether
gonna
or
do
win.
it.
Win.
We're
win.
gonna
Win.
do it. Yeah, when I finish writing things on pieces of paper and mail them to you.
Right.
So,
Mr. Analog, yes.
Mr. Analog. But so anyhow, so come back.
That is dangerous, Simon.
Yeah. Yeah.
totally dangerous.
Yeah. Yeah. So, um, well, thank you, everybody. Jamie, any last words for this live? Everybody's been wonderful.
No, but I appreciate each and every one of you coming and enjoying and playing with us, and playing with us in a good sense. And just, yeah, having a good time with us. I appreciate it. It's fun. I enjoy this. So
Yeah, I do too. Thank you, everybody. And, go be nice to yourself and, do something great. So, bye.
bye, guys.